Hello everyone, this is a video where I'm going to just sort of talk about some life experience of mine, and it's going to be linked in with books. It's basically about buying books. Oh, and it also includes a mug. So what I bought earlier this week, or rather last week, was that Voltaire's Philosophical Dictionary and Julia Lovell's Maoism, A Global History. Okay, now I bought these from We Buy Books. I'm not going to be able to show exactly how good this is, but condition wise, the binding is crease free. The cover is pretty amazing. I mean, and the pages, all the pages are fresh, tidy, and, well, like new. It was described as good condition only. This one was described as like new, and I mean, it's pristine. It's just sharp, and I mean, I've seen worse books that are new. Again, the pages are fresh and bright and perfect, tidy. Not expensive, not cheap, sent through the post, but one was like new and one was good condition, and basically they're both like new. So I thought, hey, isn't that how life's supposed to be? Or it would be nice if life was like that. But of course, it isn't. I also bought this from Awesome Books. Isn't it Awesome Books? I think it is. It's the wrong edition. I didn't buy this older version of it. It's not bad. Described as very good, but you can see the difference on the edges, and that transmutes into the edge of pages. There's a little tanning, that tanning, a light tanning, and when you hold it here, you can see. You're reading the page and you can see this sort of kind of darker area on the edges there, and it intrudes in onto the margins, and it's just, well, it's not too bad. It's kind of tidy-ish, but it's got all that age and tanning. Can't call it very good. Fraud. Bad. Wrong. That's how life really is. I mean, I buy things from these people and I've got a 50% chance of them being described, of the books being the same condition as described. Literally a 50%. I mean, I've checked it. I keep count, and it's 50%. It is 50%. So we've got how life should be or could be, and how life really is, But surely it is our collective business to do something about it. Well, thankfully, the eBay system does allow us to ask to return things that we don't like, or to return things that are not as described. And because these items are only kind of very, very cheap, they are automatically I mean, we automatically get a refund if we want a refund. And we get to keep the item as well. Because, of course, I think them as sellers, they set up their account so that they don't have to pay kind of like £2.75 postage to have things returned to them. They just, it's better for them if we get to keep it, kind of thing. And, I must have given a couple of dozen books to the local charity bookshop, at least a couple of dozen. And I had an epic attempt to buy a nice condition of my Elizabeth I biography. And the one I actually ended up with is the fourth attempt. The fourth attempt of getting one that was very good condition. Described as very good, that actually is very good. All the other three of the others were not. They all went to the charity bookshop. Yeah. So what we have is effectively our collective business. Our collective business to resolve disputes. I think that's what they call it. Like the equivalent of the courts of law, but for our kind of like little mini micro trading, micro purchasing online via eBay. There's a little system that kind of puts things right and resolves disputes, and perhaps deters wrongdoing. It doesn't deter awesome books at all. 2 years ago was when I bought my first book from them, pretty much, and that was the time when I received the first book that wasn't as described. Yeah. So click the return this item from the drop down selection. Get the refund. And if any of them say, print out the label, send it back to them. Take a few minutes to, and yeah, bastards, terrible, wrong, they're just taking advantage of the idea that a bunch of us, statistically, a whole load of us won't bother. Oh, well, never mind, we got ripped off again. No, wrong. Click the return this item. You might end up with it free of charge. And a couple of the things I have actually kept. They're in good condition because they're free. I have actually kept them and read them, oddly enough. But anyway, it serves them damn well right for being such lousy, horrible people with poor trading standards. So anyway, yeah, that's my. I got that one off my chest. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. And I don't have a Confucian quote for you, but here's my other mug. I bought this. This, as I understand it, is a classic Chinese-style teacup. Whoops. I just cleaned it. So there we are. No handle. But that's the sort of thing I think we see in the films. Tiddly little thing. Here's my mug. Yeah. That sits on my bookshelf over there. And yeah, oddly enough, and it ties in with this book I bought about Maoism globally. That is the second Julia Lovell book that I bought. The first one I bought was that one, The Opium War. Nice cover. Over 350 pages, and yeah, The Opium War. One of the things about this is opium in China. I mean, did the British introduce opium to China? Is it the British fault that so many thousands of Chinese guys ended up being opium addicts? Or is there something else to it? I hope that this book might provide some answers to that question. And boy, oh boy, it does. Julia Lovell is for Maoism, her Maoism book. What was it? She's a professor of modern China at Birkbeck University, London. And what was it? Isn't it something like she won an award? I think she won an award for this. So I was going to... Anyway, yeah. And interestingly enough, there's another book called The Penguin History of Modern China, authored by a fellow called Jonathan Fenby, who, evidently is bringing up one or two issues with civilization and thought and that sort of thing. Anyway, I think you know what I mean. Okay, that's enough for me. Please click that. You get a book that isn't described correctly, click the return this item. You might need your camera. You might need to take one or two photos and upload it to your PC, or if it's off your camera anyway. But it only takes a few minutes, and they deserve to be got, as it were. For not being honest traders, which is what they should be doing. And let's face it, some people are. These guys I bought these two from, We Buy Books. 50% of their books, 50%, not as described. No. I bought the first 20 books I bought from We Buy Books. 18 of them were kind of like new, or maybe very good or better. But they're all described as good. So have faith in We Buy Books, even when the condition is described as only good condition. Because it might not be. It might be a lot better. So anyway, if Confucius says anything worthwhile and meaningful and helpful, then I wish you well with tea and Confucius. Cheers.